explosive fish come after you, run! Because they do a lot of damage. Hey guys, and welcome to Subnautica, where we're going to be making a survival series. That's all I know. So when it says press any button to continue, you press a button. I like pressing space. It's very loud, right? Headphone warning. Okay. So in the cutscene, you launch from the aura because the aura is crashing into the ground at high speed. And then a piece of metal hits you in the head. What a lucky day. There you go. That was nice, I would say. And then you get up, you don't know where you are, and there's a fire, so you use common sense and get up and grab the fire extinguisher up here using left click, and then right click to use fire extinguisher as it says in that little blue bar. Now it's going to automatically make you open this PDA, booting in emergency mode, and then it does that weird after
head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice.
Okay, step one.
Good luck.
Step one, if you had your volume on 100, turn it down, because Siri is going to be talking to you forever, and you don't want Siri to be jabbering away, talking to you forever, non-stop. It's horrible. So first of all, you start the survival series, and the first thing I want you to know is that you are extremely lucky. Number one, the aura was shot down, and much of its engines exploded before it even hit the ground. So you're lucky you weren't in any of those compartments when the ship crashed. Another thing you're lucky is that you landed on a volcano. You say, how is that lucky? And I answer with, this planet, the volcano erupts, and it makes shallower water. Everywhere except for the location where you landed, there is deep, deep, deep water. Deep water. 3,000 meters deep to be exact. And nothing lives there except for these huge ghost leviathans that can probably go days without water. So you're lucky you landed on an active volcano zone where smaller species, things that you can eat, survive. If the aura landed in the so-called zone around the volcano, safe zone, they call the void, you would die. You wouldn't swim up in time, you would die of drown of oxygen, and if you survived up to the top, you would find no way out, nowhere to run, nowhere to turn. You would die. But this game is really positive, and the small chances happen where you land in one of those safe zones. Now, you probably don't think there's only one volcano, right? Many volcanoes happen on planets, so there's probably a couple of these safe zones. But Subnautica is a big planet, as you can tell. There's a lot of space. There's probably a lot of space in between those zones. So, extremely lucky you landed right in one of these zones.
Small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure.
And now Siri is talking about food, but you don't need to talk about food right now. You need to get down to business. And I just made a mistake. You need to go to your fabricator and see what you have to make. Basic materials. You're gonna want to go get some metal salvage. Pieces of the aura, which you can change it to titanium. But soon you're gonna need some batteries, which cost acid, mushrooms, and copper. So first of all, the first tools you'll need is the habitat builder and the survival knife. Habitat builder costs a wiring kit, computer chip, and battery. So let's see what that costs. Computer chip. You have to get some coral, which costs the knife, which is why you need the knife. You have to get gold and copper wire. That's annoying, right? It is annoying. You have to get a wiring kit, which is just some silver. So don't get yourself too confused. The only thing you're doing first is swimming around looking for little outcrops. Go to a location like this where there's a little drop. See if you can find these things. Now break it, and I just got copper. Now you hear Siri talking about how useful copper is.
Has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
And if you ever see one of these explosive fish come after you, run! Because they do a lot of damage. As you see, my health is 2/3 down, what it should be now. Full. It's actually, no, 1/3 down, 1/3.
Oxygen.
Oh, almost forgot oxygen. Oxygen is the most vital source, most vital thing in this game. Probably in real life too. So now that you got rid of that blowing up thing, if you stumbled into one. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Good thing though. Usually go after the creature eggs, but then dodge them. Because they're usually guarding some valuable resources like quartz, such and such. Quartz could be useful in the future.
Oxygen.
Don't forget oxygen, like I always do. Get your oxygen. Find some more limestone chunks. Usually it'll give you a hint and tell you where one limestone chunk is, just to begin. Got some titanium, not gonna be useful. Oh no. Wow, I survived that. Okay. Well, obviously you've been chasing those explosive things, so you want to go back to your house. And this automatic medkit fabricator, it makes a fabricator every day or so. You can left click on it to increase your health by 50. Pretty nice. You can also get eggs from these creatures to make them your pets or something. You might be able to do that. So now that you got some metal salvages, because you need those, you can spend each one to make 4 titanium, which is totally worth it, because metal salvages are basically useful. They are useful. I mean, they're useless, but when you change them into titanium, they're useful. Okay, so you can get an oxygen tank. I mean, yes, totally. Get a lot of more air. Now you have 75.
New blueprint acquired.
It's a good start. You can make a high capacity O2 tank when you have the resources. Next, you're getting closer to getting the tools you need. Survival knife costs silicone rubber. And lucky for you, what's silicone rubber made out of? Creepvine seed cluster. So you've got to go to the place you don't want to go to. You've got to go to the creepvine forest. It was that creepy forest you saw earlier in the corner of your eye that you thought, oh, I'm never going to have to go there for anything at all. But you have to go there. And you see a predator there that really wants to kill you. You decide to go back to the safe zone. But then you say, if I'm going to kill these predators, I need seed clusters to make the knife. So I think it's worth the risk. You have to go deep, deep in the zone to get the seed clusters. Lucky for you, on the outsides of the zone, all the plants have not developed their seeds yet. This is intentionally made in Subnautica to make the game a little more challenging. And it works. You have to go on a pretty daring journey to get what you want, the seed clusters. Now you're gonna start making your way. And be smart about this. Find the closest seed cluster to the edge. Usually be down in the cave. And grab as much as can fit in your inventory. Grab them as much as you can fit. As much as you can fit.
New blueprint acquired.
Grab them all. Okay. I just looted a whole tree. Now that you have all your creepvine seed clusters, you're gonna go back to your house. Good thing it's nighttime, because this game is like a horror game in the nighttime. So make your way back home now that you have creepvine seed clusters to produce silicone rubber. Well, look at a spooky cave. Interesting. Okay. So as you can see, you're very slow at swimming, but eventually you can get a sea glide, which you need the scanner for, which is another tool that you need. You need a lot of tools in this game, which is annoying because you need a lot of batteries. Okay, so now you gotta make silicone rubber, which is in basic materials under resources. You get 2 for every seed cluster, so it's pretty good. So just make all of your seed clusters into silicone rubber. Wow, I had more than I thought. Okay. I have a lot of rubber. Now you're gonna make the knife. You're gonna need it.
Weapons were removed from standard survival blueprints.
Now you're gonna listen to Siri, because I don't know. You can listen to Siri if you want to. Okay. Now here's all the tools you can get now that you have the knife. You can get all of this stuff. You can get all of this stuff, but you have to make batteries, and you should make this to build a habitat. Okay, so now's the time you should probably get fins. It's silicone rubber, it's cheap, it's faster than what you have now. So, that's good enough. If you have another med kit, which I don't have yet, you could get it if you have another one by now, if you didn't even use your first one yet. You can see all the tools you can get here. You can even make fire extinguishers just from titanium, which doesn't make sense at all. But maybe it'll have 0 fuel and then you have to fill it up. I never bothered making one of those. You know, electronics, you see batteries, 2 acid mushrooms, and copper ore. Acid mushrooms are everywhere. They're bright. They're worth it. They're worth going down for, because you can find them in the safe zone. Right outside mini safe zone, you can find that. I'm not going down there. You can find acid mushrooms, pick up 2, go back in your habitat as quick as you can, because this game is pretty spooky in the night. Okay, now that you're in here, you can make a battery. The only bad thing is, there is no battery charger in here, which is a bad thing. There's power cells in here though, which is pretty nice. Okay. Now you can make a power cell once you've made a battery, but you only need that for vehicles, which you don't have yet. Now you can make a scanner or a flashlight. I'm going to actually save that battery for the habitat builder, which costs a computer chip. Which you need table coral sample, gold, and copper wire. You can get copper wire with copper ore times 2. And you can get, what was it again? Gold is just a resource you find. But gold is usually found in obsidian chunks, I think. rarer chunks that you find deeper in caves or surrounded by more explosive things. So find a cave, a deep cave, that has an explosive thing in it, and get rid of the explosive thing with your knife. It still exploded, but as you can see, I hit it with my knife. It did less damage. I didn't even know that worked, but it did less damage when I hit it with a knife. Now enter. And these bubbly things, they're your best friends. Their bubbles provide oxygen.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems.
And then you hear Siri talking
Sulfur is an
about sulfur.
essential component
If you find
of the
a good cave, you'll hear about sulfur.
30 seconds.
Go on, give me my bubble. Oh, I almost died there, but I'm good. I'm gonna go up, get more oxygen, then dive down. You would never be able to do this without an oxygen tank. Well, I mean, you would do it, but it takes oxygen to get down there, too. Okay, now I'm down here. I got copper ore, one of the things I needed.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core.
Find another
sustained
outcrop,
during
get some
planet
titanium,
fall.
get quartz, you need that for plastic, get some water from get some bubbles from the brain coral, which will like almost completely refill your oxygen. So just go around getting these limestone outcrops. They're very useful. And then the last thing you should do to start is find some gold. And gold is found in obsidian outcrops. No, they're actually called sandstone. Okay, I just found some gold. So
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat modules.
So we're going to end right here with building the first tool that you'll probably use, the habitat builder. Last thing you're going to need to grab for the habitat builder is 2 table coral samples. Don't let them go bad though. They will go bad, and you don't want them to go bad. So only get the table coral last. That's the last thing you should get because they go bad quickly. Use your knife and right click on them. And then when they fall to the ground, pick them up. So make your copper wire. And then make the item you needed. Computer chip. Now the habitat builder, all it needs left is a wire kit. And you just need silver ore. So I'm not going to get that one last silver ore this video. But anyways, you know how to start now. And the hard part is just when you get hungry, you just have to chase fish. It's really boring. Just chasing fish. Okay, so we're going to end it here because basically I've got a good start. Except for that one last silver ore I need to find. So, bye guys, and see you next time. Bye.